Yo, what is up guys? Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video. And in today's video, everyone, as you can all see, we do have the update note pulled up right now for the December 31st 2020 update, which will feature the Nostalgia World Boss, as we all have seen prior on the Lisa's schedule calendar. So of course we do have the update here today, and we do have Mars featured on the screen right here, the new Mars that will be the boss of course, the World Boss Trial Nostalgia, and we'll head into her skill set later on. But of course, we're going to overview the important portions of the update note here, and I'll be sure to link the update note in the description box below, so you guys can all go check it out on your own time if you would like to see all of the content that we're obtaining on the December 31st update, which will come in about under a day from now. So of course, do want to make sure to complete all of those events we currently do have running before this update does release. But anyways, without any further ado, let's head into the update note and see what we do have in store here for the next update of Destiny Child Global. Alright everyone, so first up here, we of course do have the World Boss Trial Season 15 Snowfall Mars. As you can see, the World Boss battle period will begin after the maintenance of December 31st up until January 11th for UTC. We also do have the Magic Mirror shop open as well up until January 14th, and we do have the World Boss this season is Dark type Snowfall Mars. The boost childs are Light type 5-star Brilliant Aria, Light type 5-star Dawn Saturn. If the boost childs belong to your party during the World Boss battle, the bonus percentage for earning Magic Mirror fragments is applied. So of course we do have the units here that will be the boost childs. Of course we do have two new light type units for the event, one being an attacker and one being a supporter 5-star unit. Of course we do have both of the units at 60% boost at +0, since of course they are new units, and all the way to 120% scaling at a +6 uncap. So as you can see, Brilliant Aria and Dawn Saturn are our boost childs. The next important factor of the update note I did want to head over will of course be the Magic Mirror shop. Now we do have a ton of additions to the Magic Mirror shop. As you can all see, we do have some of the amplified core lucky boxes here, so of course this will probably be core materials, and we'll have to see how it does pay out, as of course you can see the Magic Mirror fragments requirement is pretty expensive. We do have 300,000 per core lucky box, but we also do have here a 5-star singing Aria for 100,000 Magic Mirror fragments. Now the old Aria honestly isn't useful too much, so you can honestly just pick her up so you can toss her into the House of Reincarnation or create a core out of her. We also do have here of course the 5-star Shining Mars, which of course is the new Mars. We do have her for 100,000 fragments and 200,000 as well for an additional copy. Now most of the shop is pretty normal. We do have the Prism Cartas as well here at the same price as normally. We also do have here something pretty new, the Planet Party Lucky Box Glow Sticks. So we do have here the quantity of 2 and the purchase limit of 20 at 5,000 a piece. So this will probably go in part with a mission pass mission, so we'll have to keep that in mind when we do head over the new missions when they do release tomorrow. Next up here everyone, we do have the crafting lucky box, and of course the normal of the World Boss shop. We also do have here a new addition, the amplified defense core materials. We do have the quantity 10 and purchase limit 1, so of course these do reset daily, so you guys will honestly want to pick these up daily. Now of course that does add on to the auto resets daily, so you'll probably want to drop something so you can keep up with the majority of the expensive portion of the shop. So maybe just pick up the lanterns and the core materials this time around for the World Boss Trials, and maybe skip out on the spa presents. But ultimately it's up to you guys, and honestly I'll just be picking up the lanterns and the core materials and prioritize those only for the daily resets. The next important portion of the update note here everyone will of course be the new units introduced to the game. Now we do have here the first unit, which is 5-star Brilliant Aria, the light type attacker. So of course Aria this time around is an attacker unit, so pretty nice to see Aria being very useful this time around, as we do have a new version of her her the 5-star light type attacker version. Now we do have her before awakening alive 2D animation here, so you guys can check it out. And directly below, we do have her after awakening costume. Now overall, I do like their costumes a ton, and I am very appreciative of how they did design these childs this time around for the winter theme. Now as for Aria's skill set, we do have her rank 1 level 1 out of 10 skill set here, so we'll read it over. We do have her auto attack, which of course is pretty normal. We do have deal 114 auto attack damage to the target automatically, and we also do have the tap skill here at rank 1 level 1 out of 10. Deal 503 damage. If target is an attacker, deal 500 ignore defense damage. So of course this will help a ton against Mars, as Mars is an attacker. We also do have here for world bosses, increase skill damage plus 20% on self for 16 seconds long. As for the slide skill, we do have deal 647 140% damage to 3 random enemies. For world bosses only, 3000 ignore defense damage to dark type enemies. So overall, very nice kit for the world boss portion of the game. As for her drive skill here, we do have deal 2660 damage to 4 random enemies, 700 bonus damage to dark type enemies, and of course the most important portion of her kit, we do have the leader buff, which will help a ton in the dark type world boss trials. The slide skill damage plus 15% for light type allies on world bosses only, slide skill damage plus 20% for light type allies. Now overall, I do like Aria's kit a ton for the world boss portion of the game, and she does seem to be a pretty strong light type attacker, of course, at the rank 1 level 1 skills. Now we do have Aria's rank 7 level 10 out of 10 skill set. Now I'll pop it up on the screen right here so you guys can check it out. Of course, all of the differences will be in the percentage categories, and we also do have the amounts of damage she does deal. So you can see the slide skill and tap skill does scale pretty well. As you can see, 187.2% damage on the slide skill, and of course the ignore defense damage on the tap. So a pretty nice skill set when maxed, of course. And we do have the increased skill damage by 40.1% on self on the tap skill, so you'll probably be running her on a rotation from tap to slide during the world boss trial. And of course we do have her ignition here. As you can all see, we do have the ignition stats available for the tap, slide, and drive order. Now for the tap skill, we do have deal 3128 damage. If target is an attacker, deal 1074 ignore defense damage. And we also do have, for world bosses, increase skill damage by 55.1% on self for 2 turns. So a huge deal on the tap skill here, as she does increase the damage by 55.1%. But we do have the slide skill here, which is awesome. We do have deal 4612, 195.2% damage to 3 random enemies. For world bosses only, 4705 ignore defense damage to dark type enemies. And last of all here, for the ignition, we do have Aria for all, deal 9280 damage and 700 bonus damage to 4 random enemies. So a pretty nice ignition here. I do like it for the world boss portion of the game. She probably won't be used too much outside of the world boss category, but of course she is a world boss focused unit, so honestly not a bad unit at all. Probably very top tier for the light type attackers category in the world boss side of Destiny Child. Next up here, everyone, we do have the 5-star Dawn Saturn, the light type supporter unit. As you can all see, we do have her before awakening alive 2D animation up here on the screen right now. And here is Dawn Saturn's after awakening costume as well. Now as for Saturn's level 1 rank 1 skill set here, we do have the auto attack, which does deal 101 auto attack damage to the target. As for the tap skill, we do have Heart Song here, deal 392 damage, 60% chance to remove damage over time debuffs from 2 allies with damage over time debuffs, of course. Now as you can see, based on the tap skill, Mars will have damage over time on her trial, so you will definitely try and want to pick up the Saturn here so she can help a ton with the damage over time debuffs. Now as for the slide skill, we do have Heartbeat here, rank 1, level 1 out of 10. Deals 719 damage to 2 random enemies, grants double-edged sword, attack up / defense down 70% to 5 light type allies for 16 seconds long. For world bosses only, drive gauge plus 20 for up to 9 light type allies. So a huge slide skill here, and of course tap skill as well. And we can tell here that she will probably be the best unit out of the bunch, as she can be used outside of the world boss trials, as the double-edged sword and the 5 light type allies will not be restricted to world bosses only. So she'll probably be used a ton in Ragnar breaks and of course the world boss side of the game. And do keep in mind, she does have the 60% chance to remove damage over time debuffs from 2 allies on the tap skill, and it's not locked to world boss trials only, so we could potentially see her in PvP maybe, but we'll have to see how these kits and ignition do scale. Now as for the drive skill, we of course do have the shining stage here. Deal 1,860 damage to 3 random enemies, grants offensive stance. Only childs with this can use fever attacks in fever mode to 5 light type allies, highest attack for 20 seconds long. For world bosses only, increased tap skill damage by 60% for 3 light type allies, highest attack. Now you can see a relation here on the drive skill to Guillotine, as of course Guillotine does have offensive stance on her drive skill as well. So you guys had probably seen during the trial when Guillotine was featured for the Ziva event, she did have the offensive stance, which is a huge deal breaker in the world boss side of the game, as once you do activate the drive skill leading into fever time, so with the Saturn or Guillotine, you do have the light type attackers will only be able to attack in fever time, which will drastically improve your damage. So you guys will definitely want to summon and prioritize Saturn, as of course she does have the offensive stance, the 60% chance to remove damage over time debuffs on the tap, and the double-edged sword on the slide skill as well. But we're not done yet. We do have the leader buff, which of course is a drive gauge charge amounts plus 15% for light type allies. So overall a very nice kit here. I do like her a ton, and she is honestly the best unit out of the bunch so far. And of course everyone, we do have the rank 7 skill set here for Saturn, so you guys can check out on how she does scale with the tap, slide, and drive skills here. As for the ignition stats of Saturn here everyone, we do have the tap skill, which does deal 2,577 damage. We also do have the 90.6% chance to remove damage over time debuffs from 3 allies with DOT debuffs. As for the heartbeat slide skill, we do have deal 4,109 damage to 2 random enemies, grants double-edged sword, attack up, defense down, 115.2% to 5 light type allies, highest attack for 2 turns. For world bosses only, drive gauge plus 33 for up to 9 light type allies. As for the drive skill, we do have deal 7,168 damage to 3 random enemies, grants offensive stance to 3 light type allies, highest attack for 20 seconds. For world bosses only, increase tap skill damage by 60% for 3 light type allies, highest attack. Now the ignition side of her skill set when maxed ignited does seem to be very strong, as of course she does have the double-edged sword, 115.2%. The cleanse here basically on the debuffs of damage over time with a 90.6% chance, and the very strong offensive stance here on the drive skill as well. Last but not least here everyone, we do have the final unit being introduced with the Nostalgia World Boss event, will of course be the 5-star Shining Mars, the dark type attacker unit. Now here is Mars before awakening live to the animation featured up on the screen right now for you all, and here is Mars after awakening costume here, featuring a ton of stars and of course sparkles here for Mars. Alright everyone, here is Mars skill set at rank 1, level 1 out of 10. Of course, we do have the auto attack here, deal 114 auto attack damage to the target. We also do have the tap skill, Seeping Voice, deal 503 damage to 1 enemy, priority highest attack. In PvP only, 500 bonus damage to 1 enemy, highest attack. As for the slide skill here, deal 1,037 damage and 450 bonus damage to 3 enemies, priority highest attack, and inflict necrosis, 150 damage over time unable to cut or extend debuff for 14 seconds long on the slide skill. And we do have the drive skill here as well, only 1 star, deal 2,659 damage to 4 enemies, priority highest attack, and inflict necrosis, 500 damage over time, unable to cut or extend debuff for 14 seconds long. Last but not least here everyone, we do have the leader buff, slide skill final blow plus 18% for dark type allies. Now honestly, I do like her kit a ton for the damage over time, and we also do have the exclusive PvP option here on the tap as well. Now Mars does seem to be way stronger than her original 5-star units, so I do like that they gave her a ton of love on her skill set, and it does seem to be pretty strong when uncapped. Now honestly, I would rank her towards the bottom of the 3 units introduced. Now I'm only saying she will be ranked towards the bottom of the 3 because she honestly needs some more support in the terms of dark type supporters. Now you can just pair her up with Pantheon, which we'll probably see a ton in the Devil Rumble side of the game when people do test and try her out. But I do think she'll be very useful for Ragnar breaks and world bosses as well, as she does have the damage over time here on the slide skill. So a pretty amazing unit, and I do like to see that Destiny Child did make her useful this time around in her next 5-star version. So very nice to see that Mars is given some love here on her skill set, and overall a very amazing unit, just like the Aria and Saturn. As for the rank 7 level 10 out of 10 here everyone, as you can all see, the slide and tap does scale a ton, as we do have the 600 damage over time here on the slide skill, and of course we do have the extra damage here on the tap as well, the 1074 bonus damage here to 1 enemy highest attack on the tap for PvP only. Now as for the drive skill, as you can see, we do have 8,615 damage and the 500 damage over time. So you can see Mars does scale very well on the rank 7 skill set here, so you can expect her to be used a ton in the event side of the game and maybe the Devil Rumble side of the game. Now of course, once we get some more dark type supporter units, she'll probably float up there a ton, as she'll have way more support on the skill set. As for the ignition side of Mars here everyone, we do have the rank 7 10 out of 10 ignited tap skill here, which we do have the deal 3,128 damage 2 times to 1 enemy, priority highest attack in PvP only, 1,174 bonus damage to 1 enemy, highest attack. As for the slide skill, we do have deal 4,908 damage and 900 bonus damage to 4 enemies, priority highest attack, and inflict necrosis, 750 damage over time, unable to cut or extend debuff for 14 seconds long. So we can see the slide skill does scale very well here on the ignited version. We do have 750 damage over time here, so very strong on the slide, and of course the tap skill when ignited. As for the drive skill, we do have deal 9,275 damage to 4 enemies, priority highest attack, and inflict necrosis, 700 damage over time, unable to cut or extend debuff for 14 seconds long. So you can see once Mars is fully ignited, she will be very scary, and I'm honestly excited to see some people test her out with Pantheon here in the Devil Rumble side of the game. So it'll be pretty cool to see Mars float around, as we haven't seen her prior units be used way too much. Alright everyone, after going over the units, we do have the new costumes here everyone. We of course do have the Hot Spring Shiny Mars here at the top, the Hot Spring Brilliant Aria, and we do have here, last but not least, the Hot Spring Dawn Saturn. Next up everyone, we do have the new soul cartas that will be introduced after the December 31st update. We first of all here do have the 5-star Sweets Composer soul carta. As you can see, Mars featured here on the soul carta art, so very cute here of a soul carta. As for the option here for the specific soul carta, we do have the base level 1 Prism, uncapped 2+0. The stats here, attack 668, agility 379. As for the option, we do have attacker exclusive option. When equipped, add 300 ignore defense damage to the slide skills in PvP. Now honestly, we will see this a ton in the Devil Rumble, of course, as this soul carta will be very useful on attackers such as, of course, Mars, Eve, Mafdet, and Dreamer Saturn, and of course all of the other attackers we do see in the Devil Rumble currently. The next Soul Carta here, everyone, we do have the 5-star fitting Soul Carta. As you can all see, we do have Neptune featured on this art of the Soul Carta. As for the option here, everyone, we do have the level 1 Prism, uncapped 2+0 stats. We do have attack 733 and critical 429. As for the option here, light type exclusive option, when equipped, increase critical skill damage by 12% for world bosses. So this Soul Carta, honestly pretty useful, but you can just skip on it if you do have the other light type Soul Cartas for the world boss trial. But if you don't have any of the world boss cartas for your light type units, do try and pick it up to help your damage increase in the world boss trial. As for the mission passes being introduced with the update, everyone, we do have the normal ones here. We do have all of the new childs being introduced with their growth missions, and we also do have the premium summon limited time missions as well for the guaranteed upon summoning banner. Now, most importantly here, as you can all see, everyone, we do have the collect glow sticks mission pass missions here. As of course expected from the world boss trial shop, you will have to collect glow sticks here for maybe some rewards. So we'll have to see how the rewards do look in game to test if the mission pass is worth completing, but pretty much a normal set of mission pass missions, as you can all see here featured on the screen right now. Next up here, everyone, we do have the summons that will be available after the December 31st update. We do have here the pickup summon featuring Brilliant Aria and a pickup summon featuring Dawn Saturn, both at a 1% rate, and all other 5-star units at a 2% rate. Next up here, we do have the normal 6% summon coming back once again for once a day summons. We also do have the boosted pickup summons for Brilliant Aria and Dawn Saturn, and as expected, these are the guaranteed upon summonings for each of the new units, so you will want to prioritize the summons before you head into any of the other ones. Next up here, we do have a new summon. As you can all see, we do have the 2020 child pickup summon, and for the details, 5-star childs released in 2020, 3% chance. And as you can all see, we do have the collaboration childs and Hall of Reincarnation exclusive childs cannot be acquired. So a very nice summon here if you don't have all of the 2020 childs at max uncap or even at all, as you can potentially obtain some of those missing units that you currently don't have. Next up here, everyone, we do have the pickup summon, which of course is the dual summon for the Brilliant Aria and Dawn Saturn, both at a 0.75% rate, and all other 5-star childs at a 1.5% rate. Next up here, another important summon, we do have the best world boss child pickup summon. Will feature 5-star Sweet Citri, 5-star Resurrected Frey, 5-star Crescent Luna, and 5-star Self-Depreciating Navi, all at a 0.75% rate. So a very nice summon here if you are lacking some light type supporter units, the light type attacker, and of course the world boss staple Self-Depreciating Navi. Wrapping up the summons here, we also do have the pickup summon featuring Shiny Mars, the Blood Gem light type summon, the Blood Gem dark type summon, and we also do have here the 2020 Soul Carta pickup summon featuring 5-star Soul Cartas that were released in 2020 at a 30% rate. And we also do have here something new, an equipment pickup summon featuring all 5-star equipment released in 2020 at a 3% rate. And last but not least, we do have the fitting pickup summon for the new Soul Carta and the Sweets Composer pickup summon for the second Soul Carta, both at a 1% rate, and all other 5-star cartas at a 2% rate as well. And last but not least here, everyone, of the update note, we'll be heading over the others tab here, which honestly does have some pretty important information. We do have the Christmas Flynn's costume here, which will be added into the costume shop for 160 blood gems if you haven't obtained it already from the mission pass mission. But most importantly here, as you can all see, after the December 31st update, the ignition system will be applied to 5-star light type childs. So do keep this in mind when preparing for igniting some childs, as of course we'll have some ignitions available for all of the 5-star light type childs. So of course the ignition status can be applied to Dana now, the Neptune, Dreamer Saturn, Pomona, Athena, and all of the other 5-star units of the light type category. And last but not least, we also do have here the ignition update for 4-star Childs will be held on January 14th. So something to keep in mind, come January 14th, the ignition system will be applied to 4-star units. And we also do have a quality of life update here, as we also do have the child inventory capacity has been increased from 600 to 700, and you can all see the cost here for upgrading your child inventory. Alright everyone, so that'll do it for today's Destiny Child video, and of course our overview for the December 31st 2020 update note of Destiny Child Global. So make sure to let me know in the comment section below what you are most excited for, parts of the World Boss Nostalgia update, as we had all seen the new skill sets for the new Mars, the new Saturn, and of course the new Aria. So a very packed update of Destiny Child to end the year off. So I'm very excited for the World Boss event and leading into the new year of 2021. But yeah, make sure to let me know in the comment section below which unit you are most excited for and what you do think of the update note overall. Now before you go everyone, make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy today's Destiny Child content, and if you haven't yet already subscribed to the channel, make sure to scroll down below and subscribe here to the channel if you would like to stay tuned for more of the content of the Destiny Child World Boss Nostalgia and other content leading into the future of Destiny Child Global. But with all of that being said everyone, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.